Hi everyone, welcome to my creative corner. My name is Joanna and today's video will be a little different. I want to explain why you will not see shopping haul videos on my channel. I felt nudged to record this while I'm prepping my room for my channel's first anniversary, alongside preparing a bomb of color inspiration for this fall season for you that is coming next week or two at the latest. I've also been decluttering the space where I color and work every day, where I spend most of the day. The process brought up some reflections I would love to share with you, and please take this as my personal experience and opinion, not agitation. You're welcome to make your own decisions based on your own priorities, on your situation, on how you're feeling about your coloring supplies. My decluttering background. There was a time in my life when I moved a lot. I used to live in United States. When I came back to Poland, I moved between major cities, and decluttering became a necessity. And back then, I followed Marie Kondo's approach, keeping only the things that truly sparked my joy. She's a wonderful, and super cute decluttering expert from Japan. And if you enjoy your space tidy and cozy, I highly recommend to check out her YouTube channel. I will leave the link in the description box below. Her approach really helped me. It kept me aware of what I owned and encouraged me to use things to their fullest. But in the last couple of years, I have settled more in one space, not to say stuck, and the things around me started to grow, especially my art supplies. Uh, just like eating snacks when they are, within reach, I found myself buying more and more coloring supplies, sometimes unplanned, when passing the craft section in the grocery shopping, while grocery shopping, sometimes on purpose, inspired by haul videos I saw online. With a limited budget, I usually reached for mass-produced non-professional supplies, Crayolas, some paints that you can see here. But from time to time, I would treat myself with artist-grade brands like Caran like Sennelier, like Derwent, and little by little my collection grew until drawers wouldn't close and boxes started piling up under my bed. I have rather modest collection of coloring supplies compared to other YouTubers that I saw online. But for me, the situation is, slowly getting out of control and I'm not enjoying the feeling. And instead of actually feeling excited, it starts to feel heavy. I'm kind of overwhelmed, and I believe that every feeling was actually holding me back from, exploring my supplies fully and coloring more. Why hauls don't work for me? As the anniversary approaches, I realize that I need to reorganize and reflect before starting a new chapter of my coloring journey and of this channel. I am a member of a few Facebook coloring groups, so I know the humor. I know that anyone that is even trying to suggest you not to get any more art supplies should be labeled as a negative. But for me, there is a personal layer behind this. I grew up in a home overflowing with things my parents had brought from my grandparents' home. It was an abundance, yes, but it was overwhelming, like hundreds of books that nobody read and piles of items that nobody used and never sparked joy. They were just lying there and collecting dust. Whole videos sometimes remind me of this feeling, like that something is going to fall on my head from the top shelf in the right corner of the room. Plus, they make me feel that I constantly need more and more supplies in order to create something beautiful, which is not true. And I know that clicking the buy button gives this, quick rush of happiness, and then anticipation for the parcel is thrilling, and unboxing is always fun. But soon, many of those items end up unused. And then comes, the anxiety, that nagging feeling that I should be doing something about them. It's a bit like buying, too much food, and then you feel pressured to eat it before it goes bad, even if you're not hungry. And sometimes, like the supplies decay, like markers dry out, the paints separate. I might show it to you. These are tempera paints. If you know any way to revive them, just please let me know. But yeah, probably if I mix them really well, they will be usable again, but we'll see. Sometimes the medium just don't perform the way it looked in the video, and that's how I ended up with drawers full of neglected supplies, like a little cemetery of art materials. Fortunately, my favorites, which are crayons and colored pencils, don't really go bad, in a way that's both scary and fascinating, like because they can actually outlast us. Like this set of colored pencils definitely outperformed my parents. They are, my grandparents. They are both gone, and the pencils are still brand new. How I'm reframing things these days. Now when I feel urged to buy, I pause and I ask myself the Marie Kondo's question, like, does it really spark my joy? And often when I give myself a minute or two to reflect on that, I start to, notice some frauds, like the smell, the size, the shape, the range of colors that doesn't really resonate with me. I also learned in my coloring journey that the brand really matters, and it does not have to be the art is great. Like there are affordable brands like Crayolas, like Stedler, like Faber-Castell, that are not professional level, but they still perform beautifully, and they are reliable, and they are a joy to use. However, with professional grade products comes an added layer of sustainability, which is very important to me, that I can replace single colors in open stock instead of repurchasing entire sets. That's super practical and budget friendly, and they also usually last longer. And of course, there's this wonderful joy of working with supply which is of highest possible quality out there. By contrast, some cheaper mass-produced brands like brute thinner pencils, they might look tempting at first, but in practice they often break easily, and you cannot replace individual colors, making them less satisfying in the long run. So, to sum up, while decluttering and even giving some funerals to my dead coloring supplies, I decided to become more mature with my shopping choices. My new approach is that from now on I want to choose supplies that bring together the joy, the quality and safety. And to give myself clarity, I've started my wish list on Amazon with products from brands that I already love or would like to try. They are mostly from US, European Union, United Kingdom, Switzerland, Japan, South Korea. these regions generally follow strict standards for health, environment, and workers' rights, which is also quite important to me. And yes, they are costly, and I have I have accepted that. I'd rather own fewer supplies and make the very best use of them than have plenty and uh, do not know how to truly enjoy them. It's a bit like with food again. It's like, I guess, my most favorite comparison for this video. You can eat a lot but still be malnourished. What really matters is the quality and balance, just like with fats and sugars and proteins and carbs. The right mix of high quality supplies nourishes creativity far better than the sheer quantity ever could. If you're curious about the brands that I've chosen so far, I've made the list public, and you will find the link in the description box below to explore it. Unless there is no alternative, I've also decided to avoid mass-produced Chinese supplies. It's not about dismissing all Chinese companies, but given the political situation and my past experiences with quality issues, I'd rather direct my support elsewhere if I have a choice. That said, if you know any Chinese founded companies, especially ones based outside China, that deliver genuinely high quality, sustainable products worth exploring, feel free to share the recommendations in the comments below. To sum up briefly, you won't see whole videos on my channel because quality costs, and my budget isn't flexible enough to fill a cart with products that truly spark my joy, and I want to purchase products that truly make me happy and are super pleasure to work with. Quantity doesn't support creativity. Having more supplies doesn't automatically make me more inspired. I'm inspired by using products that are reliable and that bring me sensory pleasures. Like crayons, you know it. Owning extra products doesn't mean I will color more. Since coloring more is my true purpose, I'd rather keep my collection manageable, inspiring, and enjoyable. Uh, Thank you for listening to my experiences and my reflections. I would love to hear your thoughts. What are your strategies for dealing with carvings for new supplies? Please share them in the comments below. I'm really curious. And now it's time for me to go back and prepare that bomb of color inspiration for you that I'm going to release next week or two at the latest. We're gonna have a party, so stay tuned because you are invited. Until the next one, bye bye!